Welcome to the Cartoon Show's How to Draw, where we can show you how to draw your favorite Cartoon Network characters. Today, in honor of Halloween coming up, I'll be showing you how to draw Scooby-Doo. But since Scooby's had different designs over the past 55 years, we'll be drawing his classic design today. Now here's what you'll need. You can use any kind of pencil you want, either number 2 or a professional drawing pencil, whichever you need. You can even use fancy Prismacolor pencils. I usually use black to make the outlines for the characters. For going over your pencil lines, you can always use a fancy brush pen, like this one here, or you can use a Sharpie marker if you need to. For me personally, I would use a fine-tip pen like this one here. Why, you can even use a fancy alcohol-based ink marker like this one. Make sure it's non-toxic though. Afterwards, make sure you erase your pencil lines with an eraser, like this one here. Now that we got our supplies, let's get to drawing. Now, many artists and animators usually start with basic shapes when drawing their characters, but for me, I just basically freelance. I usually sometimes use reference photos from the internet or scenes from episodes or videos online, so I'm just gonna do it my own way and you can follow along. Now here, I'm starting with Scooby's back legs, like this. Make sure to get all 4 of the toes. And now I'm doing Scooby's body, like this. Imagine that you're drawing a mountain, but it's basically a body for a cartoon Great Dane. Make sure you get the first of the black spots on Scooby's body. Then make his sort of zigzaggy tail, like this. And then you draw the other of Scooby's back legs, like this. Make sure it's sort of almost like drawing a weird-looking letter Z. Then draw his foot. Then draw his big stomach for all the Scooby snacks and burgers he eats. Then draw the front leg. It can actually sometimes be an arm, because Scooby is sort of an anthropomorphic dog, because he can speak, walk on 2 legs, and even digest human food. And now you get his chest right here. Finish drawing the body like that. And now I'm adding in Scooby's collar. Hanna-Barbera artists actually animate the heads of the characters on separate animation cells, and the bodies on another cell. It's because, animation was pretty expensive back in the 50s and 60s. So they pretty much limit the animation quality. But nonetheless, it pretty much what made Scooby-Doo so popular back in 1969. Now add in his collar and his little tag. And now I'm adding in the next 2 black spots on Scooby's right arm? Yeah, that's right. Now I'm doing his left arm, or front leg, like that. Make sure you add the joint in the back. And then draw the other paw, or hand, or whatever. And now, onto the head. You just go up like this. And then you go to your right after drawing a sort of a weird-looking ear, like that. Kind of looks like a lumpy onion, if you ask me. And then you draw the front of the head, then the second ear. And then we start adding in his big snout area, like that, including his big black nose, which you, of course, sketch in, or color in. And now you add in Scooby's mouth with a sort of up and down motion like that. Then you add the other part of his big floppy mouth. Then you add in the eyebrows, like that. Then his first eye and his second eye, like that. Then add in his pupils, like this. Add in his little freckles, where his dog whiskers are usually supposed to go, but... Now I'm adding in the mouth, like that, and the lip, a big droopy chin. Fix up the lines a little bit. Add in the neck, and 2 little whiskers on the chin. And there you have it, Scooby-Doo. Now, it is known for artists to sometimes make mistakes or feel like they need to fix up their drawing. Don't be ashamed about that. Just go back with your eraser and fix up your drawing in case you need to Either add to or change it up a little bit until you're happy with what you got. Now I'm fixing up the body a little bit because it looked a little slumpy or too big. On second thought, it looks a little like someone sat on Scooby-Doo too long. Now I'm just fixing that up a little bit. Now don't be afraid about making a few mistakes, because learning to draw a character for the first time can be a little bit tricky. But for me, I guess I had a lot of self-experience. And there you have it, Scooby-Doo. Now, when you're coloring in Scooby-Doo, you can use different kinds of coloring tools like, I don't know, maybe crayons if you're more used to coloring with them. Or if you're like me, I usually sometimes, use markers. Or in Scooby-Doo's case, you can use scented markers, like this birthday cake scented marker I got a few years ago. Or, if you prefer, I would suggest using colored pencils like I usually use. They can come in different brands, or shades, or different color tones, or they can even come with erasers in case you color outside the lines. That'll be super helpful in case you make a mistake. Twistable colored pencils are really good too if you don't like sharpening your pencil so much that the tip keeps on breaking off. But if you're a professional artist like me, I would suggest using fancy Prismacolor pencils like these. Or you can use these fancy brush pens like this, or if you really want to go all out with your illustrations, then you can use either acrylic or oil ink markers like these. Heck, even fine tip pens work the best too if you prefer. Just use whatever you think would work best for your illustrations. Or if you're recreating an animation cell, then just use acrylic or oil-based paint. And also, make sure to test out your colors before you color in your drawings. I would suggest using scrap paper and testing out your colors to make sure you find the right shade or tone. All in all, just have fun drawing.